Hi guys, my name is Nathan Florocka and you're welcome to the Product Village. Today I'm going to be doing a review, but I think this is going to be a pretty short review. And I'm going to be speaking about the Zoom H1 XLR handy recorder. Now, on the face of it, if you look at this recorder right here, it looks pretty small. It doesn't look like it can really do much. The reason why I put the Zoom H4n next to it is because the H4n actually doesn't do what this H1 can do. And by that, I'm talking about 32-bit float recording. For me, I don't really care if if an audio recorder is recording from 44.1 kilohertz all the way to a zillion kilohertz. If it doesn't record in 32-bit float, I really am not interested. Why? The advantage of recording 32-bit float is you're not really bothered about your levels. You know that if it's hot in post, you can actually bring it down. And when I say post-production. Now, this thing packs a ton of features right here. Let me run you by some of the features that it has. It has a mic line switch. It has a built-in mixer. It has a waveform display. It has an headphone output, an onboard speaker at the back. It has a high-capacity storage, meaning it uses a micro SD card, and you can store as high as you can use like a memory card of 1 terabyte. It also has phantom power and plug-in power, meaning you can use a USB-C to run it. And also you can use 2 AA batteries, or you can use the USB port or any external USB power pack. I mean, for crying out loud, Watson Wu uses this little gear right here. If you don't know who Watson Wu is, he's the sound designer for Baby Driver. He's also the sound designer for Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. I mean, if you're a gamer, then you understand what I'm talking about. He's also the sound designer for Madden. Now, I'm not saying it's a great gear because Watson Wu uses it. No, it's the fact that it's small, but it packs a punch. This recorder right here records 44.1 kilohertz all the way to 96 kilohertz. 32-bit float. I mean, what more are you looking for in a recorder? It doesn't really have all those fancy effects and gate and all that. If you're one of those who just needs a clean recording for post-production, then this is your gear right here. Now let's have a look. In fact, to be honest, as you can see, I'm recording. This entire review is being done on this recorder right here. I'm recording everything directly into this. So what you're listening to is post-production. So let's run through the body itself and let's see what it has. Now on the side here, you have a mic and line input. Now at the top, you can notice you have 2 XLR inputs, but you also have a space in between for a 1/4-inch jack. So if you're using a 1/4-inch jack, you have the option of choosing that from here. So you move that to line, not mic. If you leave it on the mic, that means you're using an XLR just like I am. Next to that, you have the line output, and that's what I'm actually using for my headphones so I can hear myself. Next to that, you have a volume knob. The volume knob is actually what you use to control what you hear as I'm recording. This is what I'm using to check my levels. Next to it, you have a micro SD card slot. So right now, I'm using a micro SD card of about like 256 gig. It can take up to 1 terabyte. Right in front, you have very simple intuitive controls. You have one for stereo to mono. You have a mixer. You have a marker just in case you want to mark the recording, and at some point in time you want to be able to reference a part of the recording without thinking where exactly was this at. And this is a delete button for the menu. Now it has a menu button here. If you click on this, it gives you access to all the menus of the H1 itself. And by menus, I mean a low cut, phantom power, if you want to change your sample rate and the likes. Next to it, underneath, you have the stop button, the rewind button, or the page button, and then you have the record button. You also have a fast forward button, a play button, and a pause button. When we turn it to the other side, what you have is a knob for the power to power it on, and then you have the hold button. Next to that, you also have the DC 5 volts slot. With this, you can use a what's it called? You can actually use a power bank to power this guy up, or you can use AA batteries. At the back right here, I'm actually using AA batteries. Now, next to that, you have a line in. So you can actually record a line in by the side. And lastly, on this side, you also have a line and a mic switch. Just like I said for the one on the left, it has 2 inputs for XLR, 1 and 2. You can also use this to switch between line or mic. Underneath, you also have a speaker. So if you play back, I want to quickly hear, maybe you're not using your headphones or something, you want to quickly hear what you recorded, you can actually use this. Now, of course, I know it's small. It's not supposed to be some massive speaker. It's just a referral point for you to be, for you to be able to hear what you recorded. Also underneath here, you notice it has its screw mount where you can actually mount it on a tripod. And I think basically that's everything. You don't have anything unduly fancy in there. It's a very simple recorder. And above all, what I also love is the price. It goes for about like $150, while this goes for almost $200. So, I mean, if you're someone who wants to get a recording done quickly and you want it clean for post-production, I would recommend the Zoom H1 XLR. Honestly speaking, sometimes I think I found the perfect gear, then I meet another gear again. So, I mean, it's so small, it's handy. I think Zoom should have called this the H1 mini or micro recorder because, I mean, it's so small, but does so much. You can use this for 1,000,001 things. Of course, it's only limited to 2 XLR inputs. So if you're looking for something massive, this isn't the right gear for you. But if you just want something simple, if you want to use for a podcast where it's just 2 people, this works for you perfectly well. You can also use it as an audio interface. So for crying out loud, I mean, what's not to love about this Zoom H1 XLR? I never even knew they had this till I checked it out and saw it. I was like, okay, so obviously this is going to be one of my run and gun gears, and I think that's basically everything about the H1 XLR recorder. So if you guys lay your hands on it, let me know. If you've discovered something about it that I probably didn't speak of during this review, please put it in the comment section. Please, guys, like, share, leave your comment. I really want to hear from you guys. And until the next review, it's ciao from me. Bye.